All right, let's get started. First, we're gonna put a bobber stop on. Trim the tag ends. You're going to take one of the little beads and thread that through. So here we are, got the bead going through, and that's going to stop right over here at that bobber stop that I just put on. So here we go. Next, you thread your line through a pole float. This one's called the Little Joe. It's a 7-incher. Just thread your line all the way through, and now your float will hit that bead, and then it'll stop right up there at the bobber stop right there. Now what we're going to do is tie our leader line on. I'm using 15-pound Seagar fluorocarbon. For this knot, I'm doing a uni to uni. It's the simplest and easiest, especially in high winds like this. I don't want to be fumbling around wasting my time. So for the braid, it's nothing more than a 7-twist uni. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Cinch that down. On the fluoro side, we're going to do nothing but a 4-twist uni. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fluoro is a lot thicker in diameter than that braid, so that's the reason for the difference in twists. Seat them down together by pulling the braid and the fluoro. Now we'll trim these tag ends. I'm going to take approximately 4 foot of leader line. Next, we're going to grab a glass bead. Take this glass bead and you thread it through. This is going to ride up against your float. Now on the initial use of this setup, I didn't do it, but if you take a look at my float, it's getting chipped up. That's because the next thing that's going to go on is a split shot. Now that split shot, when the float comes down and hits it, it's been getting destroyed. So that's why I'm putting a glass bead on. We're going to take a size 10 treble hook. You don't have to necessarily use this. I'm testing out different hook sizes to see what's going to work better at catching the specks, and we're just starting off with a size 10. Final piece of the puzzle is going to be a split shot. I'm going to start out probably about in between 1 foot to 2 foot away from that hook. We'll crimp this down and we're ready to go. And just like that, here is the slip cork. I'm gonna briefly explain to y'all why I want to use this versus any other setup or the Jetty cork. Whenever it goes to cast, comes time to cast, all of this line right here, here's my hook down here. That's it. Hopefully y'all can see that. That's all. I get to reel my line all the way up to right there. With a Jetty cork, you have to leave about this much line and then use your rod as leverage to fling that out there. But look at this, I get to reel that all the way in. Now when you cast, this cork is going to ride all the way up till it gets to that bobber stop. So I've got essentially right now I'm set up to fish about 8 foot down from the cork, and there you have it. No need for a massive long rod to cast this thing out there. Although it helps, there's no need for it. And then when you're reeling your fish in, you can kind of reel all the way down to get the leverage to winch him out, versus having an 8 foot leader go all the way down and that's it. The three-way swivel is going to hit your guide and you can't reel no more, so you have to like lift your arms. All right, let's get out there. check it out, everyone. What's happening, since I'm using lighter, thinner leader line, my split shot, no matter how much I crimped it down, it's riding all the way down to the hook. So I'm still trying to perfect this process. This is the finished product. Now, to solve the issue of the split shot riding all the way down up against the hook, I placed a uni to uni knot right here. While we were on the water, Nick had the same issue, and he said, hey, all I did was tie a knot, and you can see right here that split shot rides down, and it's not going to go any further than that. And it's pretty genius. So the leader line from the knot, this is important, it cannot be longer than the actual float. So when the float is in flight, whenever you make your cast, let's take in all that slack, just like that right there. This line is not long enough to reach over here to your other portion of the leader, so your shrimp is not going to wrap around over there, and every cast is going to be a good one. You're rest assured that once it hits the water, that weight is going to take your leader line all the way down, and your shrimp is going to be at the depth that you preset your slip cork to. Bro, I'm loving this now. I think I just had a horrible time yesterday because of the high winds, but the way this is now, this knot is not moving. It didn't compromise the leader at all because it's a uni to uni, so the knot strength is there. It won't bust if I catch a big old fat mama. Look at that, my shrimp is still lively as heck. He's like, hey, I'm ready to go party. Put me back in, coach. Loving everything about this setup.